2013, my freshman year of high school, a big year for me, and I decided that I was going to build up the courage to ask my high school crush to homecoming. It was one of those deals where I'd been anxious about it all summer, and I finally had the nuts to do it. So I go ahead, I ask her, I get the glorious yes. I didn't do it in any good fancy way, but then turns out about a few weeks out from homecoming, she gets a boyfriend. Blindsided me. I had no idea. And the guy was a senior. She was a freshman as well. I knew that I had no chance. He'd kick my ass if I said anything. But I was still dead set that I was going to go take this girl to homecoming. A few weeks after that, or I guess a few days after that, Dreamwave Wrestling announced that Dvon, Dudley, and Cabana were going to be on the show. And that's when I went ahead and I played the nice guy card and I told the girl, listen, you have a boyfriend now. I don't think that you should go with me. And she was willing to. She was still saying that she had committed to me. I said, no, you go with the guy that you're dating now. Instead, I went to Dreamwave Wrestling, where I met Dvon, Dudley, and Cabana for homecoming. I ended up dating that girl later on, and it was a shit show.
Now, did I play this call because he dropped my name? Probably. Also, I do like the things that we do for professional wrestling. Homecoming, for some of us, was a very important part of our high school experience, whether you had a great time or whether you had a shitty time. That's like a big high school thing, so we tend to remember those kind of memories. I, as a wrestling fan, before getting into wrestling, can appreciate asking somebody to homecoming and then a giant wrestling star makes it to your town and you need to make some kind of excuse to get out of that homecoming dance because Dvon Dudley is coming to your town. For me, it speaks a lot for me of how many shows I've done and how many big shows I've done and how many shows I've done with big wrestling names. I do not remember being on a Dreamwave show with Dvon Dudley at all. I did a lot of Dreamwave shows. We did it with a lot of stars. Hillbilly Jim, Ultimo Dragon, John Morrison. The list goes on. I don't even remember doing it with Dvon, but apparently that happened, and he remembers it more than I do. And a plan did come together because at the end, you got the girl, you saw Dvon Dudley, hopefully you paid for an autograph of Cabana, and you got a life experience of how brutal relationships sometimes can be. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. And while you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.